some of the other mentorship platforms because it's not a novel idea, but it's free, right? I mean, almost everything these days costs money. And I understand because people are devoting time and, they have special services to offer. But at a certain level, like mentorship is something that anyone would suggest if you're looking to succeed in development. You need that support system. And to have a barrier to entry for people, maybe people who don't have extra money laying around and can't afford it. That's what I think differentiates us, is that like you can join our Slack organization and talk to anyone and get the help that you need instantaneously with no fee. And I think that's where the wins are. Awesome.
So so you mentioned Slack, right? So is that how one communicates to a mentor?
Yeah, so we are currently building the fully fledged product at the moment. So what we've done is we've set up this alpha version, which is essentially just like a database of it's not even a database. We don't have a database. It's a JSON file, right? So basically, let's say I want to sign up as a mentor. I go to Coding Coach. I fork and clone the repo. You know what? I lied. We have a cool CLI tool. I go. I use the CLI and I enter my mentorship information, which is like my name, my location, what skills I want to mentor in. You open a pull request automatically once you're done with the CLI prompts, and you get added into this JSON file that pre-populates this, UI. So this is what we have currently. And as a mentee, I go and I search. Maybe I want someone in Germany. Maybe I want someone who knows, I don't know, Haskell. And I go and you can filter and what you do is you just directly contact the people, whether that's they list their own methods of contact. So either Slack or maybe like Twitter or whatnot, email. This is the alpha version we have today. But in the future, this full platform will have integrated messaging. We're not looking to be the next video chatting service. And because I work at LogMe and we have a really cool meeting service called GoToMeeting. So we're not trying to be the next, real-time communication tool, but we will provide like an in-app chat service to get started and track your progress and all of that.
That sounds super cool. Yeah, that sounds super cool. What's the URL? So I'll put it down in the show notes, but I'll also put it on the screen here.
The full site will be at codingcoach.io. If you want to go to the alpha site, it's mentors.codingcoach.io.
Nice. So how does a mentor become a mentor? Because you've explained how one finds a mentor, but how does a mentor sign up?
So in terms of like maybe having qualifications, is that? Yeah. So this is kind of like not a source of contention, but maybe something that's kind of up for debate at the moment. So my viewpoint on this is, one, these people are offering their services for free and their time for free, right? I can't give them any compensation at the moment. So that's one. And given that, we didn't want to provide a barrier to entry. A lot of people really want to be mentors because for several reasons. I mean, they like giving back. It helps them get promoted. It looks good on a resume. There are a ton of reasons why, but that was the first thing, is I didn't want a barrier to entry for this first version. Now, my question to myself was, do we want to set something in place for the full platform? And after some introspection, I think the answer right now is no. And the reason is everyone has something to offer. Everyone has a unique perspective on something, right? However, to vet the quality of these mentorships, we will have a feedback process, whether that's public reviews, whether that's ratings, whether that's something, right? But who am I to tell someone you're not good enough? Oh, I would never do that. Everyone has something to offer. So I think to become a mentor, there's no barrier to entry. I think that's on you to be introspective and say, yeah, I'm in a place where I could help someone, something that I have is valuable. But we will provide like feedback and reviews and whatnot.
That sounds cool. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. So once someone has found a mentor, and they go through whatever they're mentoring, is there a way that the student could give feedback upon the mentor?
Yeah. So not at the moment, because we really want to we need a database, right? We can't really do much with data that has no place to live. Okay. So we're working on that at the moment. I have had people reach out to me directly to give feedback, which is great. I haven't gotten any negative feedback. I will say, full transparency, we've had a couple people message and say, hey, I haven't heard back from some of the people I've emailed or contacted. And immediately I say, please send me their details. I will figure out what's going on. And so I'll contact the mentor at that point and see what's going on. And I'm very adamant about making sure that people respond, right? Because we need to ensure that if someone's putting themselves out there, if they are reaching out, that they get a response. And I think part of the problem here lies in this capacity indicator. We don't currently have one. So like if I have 12 mentees, like I'm full, like I don't have capacity, but I have no way to indicate that. So moving forward, we'll have something on the site to say, hey, like this person's pretty full at the moment. Like maybe you want to go check out, this person over here and whatnot. So that's one way we're alleviating it. But yeah, I've only gotten good comments other than that, which is really, really heartwarming. Yeah.
Yeah. It's really good. That sounds really, really good. So how does this mentoring system differ from perhaps other things? I can't think of any off the top of my head right now in terms of names of other mentoring groups, but is there anything that differentiates it from other mentoring systems?
Yeah, so I mentioned earlier that it's free, which I think is a good one. We also have a vast network. So I think we have over 2,200 people in our Slack organization alone, which is really great. So like people are very active, very helpful. We have plans, a lot of really good plans in the works. So a couple of things. We are starting a mock technical interview process, which is really cool. So Chris Belvilla is, he's an engineer at Envision. He's awesome. He has been there since like conception. He has been a front end lead and he decided that we should do some mock interviews. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. Who loves technical interviews? No one. We're all terrible at it. So he posted this mock job application. We've gotten some, people have to submit a resume, a cover letter, basically apply for like this real job and then go through the whole process. And then at the end of it, we'll provide feedback, we'll provide guidance. So that's one thing because you can do mock technical interviews, but I haven't seen one that actually requires you to fill out like the resume and the cover letter and then, give feedback and whatnot. So that's really cool. And then we really love this idea of group mentorship classes. So maybe we'll do like a 5 or 10 seat class on, React mentorship. Right. And it's like, an interactive session. And so we have a lot of really cool ideas in the works. There is one other thing we're going to be doing, which is super cool. We're going to be partnering with Compassionate Coding. April Wenzel runs that program. Right. So we're going to hold a session. I think it's in June. I've got to check. So make sure to follow on Twitter because I will be posting updates, but we're going to allow, we're going to cap a number of seats, but we're going to allow you to sign up for free and attend this course. It'll be just a couple of hours and it'll teach you how to be a compassionate coder, how to write code compassionately. So, to be a good teammate, how to just be compassionate to your users, be empathetic towards them. So yeah, we're doing a lot of really cool things. I'm looking forward to collaborating with some other really cool, creators in the world. So
that is awesome. I mean, the whole interview thing, it's a complete mystery. It's like, a black magic type thing. Every technical interview I've had has been super different. So it's
I know.
And they've been super terrible. Well, some of them anyway. And the whole compassionate stuff is really, really interesting. And I think, moving on to what makes a developer improve themselves, I think you've hit on a lot of stuff already,